Well, the time has come, and you guys voted. A new Star Wars movie's coming out, and of course, you guys were successful in voting for the original trilogy. And I'm tackling it here, finally, in a galaxy far, far away. Welcome, guys, to the Will West Show.
Knock, knock, open up the door.
It's Will!
So Star Wars, or Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, whatever you want to call it, you can't deny the pop culture effect and how iconic this is. That 70s show has made fun of it. There's countless parodies of it from Family Guy, Robot Chicken. Star Wars is just it, and it's my favorite franchise. It's probably my favorite thing. Little inside football thing. I have like a few boxes right here to the right of me. You can't see them. Filled with Star Wars toys. Like, that's how much of an impression Star Wars has left on me. And I'm sure it's left an impression on all of you, on your kids' kids, on grandparents. This franchise and story is as old as time, and it's awesome. I'm just going to tackle mainly how I got introduced to Star Wars, the special editions, like what do I think about the special edition changes to Star Wars A New Hope exclusively. No, I'm not going to talk about the other ones at this point. I'll tackle that in the other videos, but I'll tackle the special edition changes to Star Wars here. Some of my favorite parts and just like my favorite characters and stuff like that. And just more or less, I'll give my rating as usual. I'll just briefly give a brief summary of this. I almost just want to read the box. I'm going to get my glasses out and just read the back of the box, guys. How's that sound? Ooh, Obi-Wan. Dude, I love these things. These are so dope. I'm whipping out the glasses. Now got my Kylo Ren shirt on. I'm just going to read the back of the video and see if that's a brief synopsis. If there's anything they forget, I'll throw some stuff in there. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars is the ultimate in cinematic entertainment. Writer-director George Lucas' unrivaled passion for space, fantasy, adventure, and romance is captured on screen with groundbreaking special effects and extraordinary space creatures. Princess Leia is held hostage by the evil Imperial forces in their effort to quell the rebellion against the Galactic Empire. Luke Skywalker and Captain Han Solo team together with their lovable droid duo R2-D2 and C-3PO to rescue their beautiful princess and restore justice to the galaxy. And that's fairly accurate, not gonna lie. Obviously it's accurate, it's the back of these. I'm just gonna gush for a minute here. Does everybody miss going to the movie store and grabbing these and just like reading the back of the video to see if that's something you want to watch? Because I don't know, the Netflix like little descriptions don't really do it for me. There's stuff that people have said I should watch, but then I read the description and I'm going like, ah. But still, Star Wars, it's awesome. It goes back in the case right here. But I've also had this since the 90s, and I mean, there's definitely some edges here where it's gotten a little bit dirty, but oh my god, like I'm still glad I have this. I hope they work. I haven't watched them in a long time. And I think the one time I tried to recently in the past few years, I tried to put the VHS in there, and I thought I was going to eat it, so I was like, no, get it out of there, hurry! But Star Wars, what else can I say about this franchise? It's awesome. But my introduction to the franchise, I honestly don't think I got to check it out until I was about 6 or 7, which I think is almost the perfect time to check it out, because these things are aimed at kids, but adults can enjoy these as well. Obviously they enjoy them because that's why there's so many adults that go to these things and want to share these with their kids, and that's why people share the old toys, share this and that. But I didn't probably have the most traditional experience to see this. I didn't have like a parent say, oh, you need to check out Star Wars, Will. Funny enough, I saw Star Wars in a hospital, and going like, Will, why are you in the hospital, blah, 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 blah. I got really dehydrated when I got pneumonia about that time, and after I finally was like kind of coming to and like getting better, I think a doctor or a nurse suggested like, oh, you should check out Star Wars. And I was like, okay, whatever. And holy crap, it was so awesome. But I was still kind of sick, so I don't remember some things, and I was trying to rest. I just remember a lot of cool stuff on Tatooine, like with the droids and the Mos Eisley stuff. And even like, I think the Death Star, when they're dressed as stormtroopers, I like that scene. I like when they're on the Death Star because like the pressure is on, man. Like at any moment, like stormtroopers and Imperial troopers could like shoot them and kill them, and just like the pressure was on there. And I actually like how some games like later on, like Rogue Leader and Rebel Strike, will let you go on back and play those as levels, or like even in Star Wars Trilogy Arcade, the Death Star Trench Run, that's an iconic level. I'm talking more about just like Star Wars as a franchise than the actual movie. And then of course, I rented the crap out of them. I think the first weekend I came back from the hospital or whatever, I rented the first one. I was like, oh, I love it, so awesome. And it was the traditional art. It was like the traditional poster, like Luke holding the lightsaber over his head. And it's like, oh, I was like, this isn't Star Wars, this looks bizarre, blah, blah, blah. But I was a silly little kid, guys. What can I say? Then I rented Empire and Jedi, and I enjoyed those, but we'll talk about those another day. Then my grandma or my mom. I'm not sure. I think my grandma or my mom got me this, and I was like, and I watched it so much. It's even got like the little dedication from George Lucas. I really like my collectibles, dudes. Like I have so many editions of Star Wars. I have this. I'm looking for Empire and Jedi in this form where it has the original cut of them on the DVDs. If you have those, let me know in the comments. I might buy it from you in the future. I've got the complete saga when I worked at Hastings. Yeah, Hastings is a thing around here, believe it or not, even though I thought it was just a West Coast thing. I got this, no hesitation. A lot of cool special features. I don't think I'm done watching this yet. But so good. I actually just recently marathoned the Star Wars movies on there. Really cool. But Star Wars had touched me. I got to see the special edition New Hope in theaters. It was pretty dope. So let's just tackle the elephant in the room. The special editions on the prequels. Prequels for another day, but the special editions right now. Are they bad? I'm just saying yes and no. The whole Han shot first thing, I'm with you guys. I'm with you fanboys on this, but I think you just need to let it go for now. Maybe if we just all shut up about it now, Disney will release an edition where you can pick, oh hey, I want to watch the 1997 version, or I want to watch where Han shot first in the 77 version. That one's a bit crazy, and just like how they've changed it so many times over the years, how he moves his head almost unnaturally to shoot Greedo. I don't know. I just watched a video recently talking about the history of Star Wars and how Han Solo is supposed to be a Western type character. He's supposed to be one of the people in the Magnificent Seven, where you don't just keep talking, you shoot. You don't put up with Greedo's nonsense, you just shoot him. And that's kind of the character Han Solo is. Yes, this franchise is aimed at kids, but at the same point, people kind of want to be like that guy. And I would say the work at Empire and Jedi bring Han out of that darkness that he was in, or potentially going down with working with Jabba and working with all those scum and villainy people in Mos Eisley. But that's one scene that's kind of I get it. But what else in the special edition? Of course, I got to talk about the Mos Eisley thing. Initially, it was kind of cool seeing the city. Obviously, all the characters are 3D. Then the land speeder, so that's a bit noticeable and distracting. But when you see everything else, that's cool. We get a little nod to Shadows of the Empire with Dash Rendar's ship. But now that's not canon, so it's almost kind of huh? Is that even a thing anymore? Do we need to worry about that? I do kind of, believe it or not, enjoy the Jabba scene. I didn't like it initially because Jabba looks almost like a toddler, almost he looks really bizarre. But they've touched on in recent things where I'm going okay, he looks almost just as menacing as he did as a puppet, and I like how they got to use a deleted scene with that. We get a scene with Biggs. I enjoyed that being reinserted in, but I feel like we need the other scene with Biggs when Luke actually goes to Tashi Station and meets up with all of his friends. Because Biggs is kind of cool. Biggs is very underrated. He's a very underrated hero of the Rebellion. I hope he gets to show up in Rebels at some point. What else did they do to the special editions of these movies? The Dewback Lizards, that doesn't really help with the story. That doesn't really need to be there. But I do like the world building there and showing that the Empire has all kinds of resources and has enough money to do this stuff. But the special editions, I do get annoyed with the Mos Eisley one now, because now in the most current edition in the Blu-ray, there's just too much stuff going on in there. There's things walking in front of our characters right before they're going to get interrogated by the stormtroopers, and that's kind of going what? I don't want to see that. I don't care if there's a delay of them just pulling up to the stuff. That had some charm to it, and just I don't know. That's probably the one thing that bugs me out of all the special editions changes to this and the Han shot first. But let's just talk about some of my favorite moments of characters. So let's tackle characters now. Luke Skywalker is awesome and iconic. Obviously, he's not as cool and dashing as Han Solo, but he's a very nice hero to follow. We've all been in his shoes. We've all had to do something we didn't want to do, and then bam, you just get thrown into it, the adventure that you've always wanted, and then holy crap, is this really happening? We've all almost been where Luke was, but not with the Death Star. Who else to talk about? Han Solo, obviously. He's rogue. He's very cool. Just even that moment, where he's throwing his Republic credits or whatever he's throwing to the barkeep and going hey, sorry for the mess. You feel like this is a common occurrence for him, and maybe we'll see more of this in a Han Solo standalone movie as they're planning on doing. I just want to see more cool moments like that. Chewie, very iconic creature. He's super tall. No. Chewie, super iconic. He's the house dog, but very, very nice. But you don't want to piss him off too much. He'll whip your arm out of your socket. The droids, C-3PO's anal, very goofy, very, very prissy. I do believe that he's a drama queen and started stuff with Kenny Baker on set apparently, or just post Star Wars apparently they don't get along. I don't know. R2, he's lovable and has nothing to do with how his color is blue, even though blue is my favorite color. Though that did help a little bit. It did help a little bit. I do like R2, and I love how he's like the main, like, I do love that he's like the main, like, MacGuffin, or like the main thing that you got to get to somebody. He's really cool. And speaking of somebody they got to go to, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ben Kenobi, he's so wise and so smart. And just like, I love how much of a badass we'll get to see him be in the prequels and hopefully in the standalone soon. Just like, I like how I keep doing that. Like, you can definitely tell what generation I am and like how excited I am about Disney, Star Wars with what I'm saying here. But Ben Kenobi's so wise, and just there's so much weight. He's seen some stuff from the Clone Wars. Just like, he's definitely a cool character. Pretty much all of these characters are cool. Darth Vader, very imposing, very Frankenstein monster-esque, which is funny because David Prowse was also Frankenstein's monster, and Grand Moff Tarkin was Frankenstein. So like, that's like, we see what you did there, George. You clever bitches. Princess Leia, we don't really get too much crazy development except that she's kind of a sassy princess. She's not your typical Disney princess, if you will, though technically she is a Disney princess now, so she's owned by Disney. I think my one complaint about her is that she doesn't really fall on one accent now, but then again, I don't know if that was like a George thing or just like, I don't know, just sometimes she's trying to talk British, other times she's like rolls right back into Carrie Fisher being sassy, so I'm going like, okay, I'll deal with that for a movie because this movie's pretty solid. There's obviously stuff I missed. There's people who dissected Star Wars religiously and like even more than I have just here in this video. But I love Star Wars. It's my favorite thing ever. I get really offended when people like say like, "Oh, Star Wars is stupid. I don't want to check out that shit at all." I can get if someone has watched Star Wars and doesn't like it. Like you gave it a try. You give it the old college try. You didn't like it. Just like any sport or anything like that. Like if you try something and you don't like it, like onions. Effing hate them. I tried them several times. Fucking hate them. That's why I don't like onions. But Star Wars, man, like, give this onion a chance, okay? Like, if you still don't like it after that, you tried at least. I can't say you didn't. But the people who are just like, oh, no, actually stupid, going, oh, I know all the twists here and there. I'm just going like, what the hell? Like, I don't get people like that. I don't get people who don't give things a chance and don't like want to at least like something like this. It's cool. You don't have to be like on the huge bandwagon that everyone else is and like is a huge fanboy and goes sees it at midnight on Thursdays and goes and gets all the posters, gets all the toys. You don't have to go that far. I just want to say, like, give 2 hours of your life away to this movie. If you don't like it, that's fine. Like I just said. But if you do and you end up coming on like going like, hey, like that actually was pretty good. Like Will was right, or that other nerd that said it was really good like 5 years ago that told to fuck off. Like he was all right. Obviously, I'm going to rate this now. I think you already know what's coming, guys, but I'm going to give it 5 out of 5. It's awesome. There's more stuff I could talk about with the Star Wars movies, but I don't want to make these too long-winded, and I got other stuff to edit and stuff right now. But what did you guys think? Who's your favorite character or just favorite moment from Star Wars A New Hope? Or do you guys like the special edition changes? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, when there's a will, there's a way, and may the Force be with you.